so we are back with part 3 of our Q&A, and these are all the questions about EECC Travels and just about us and traveling and things like that. So let's get started.
Okay, first question is actually from several people that asked the same question. Let's see, Amy Youngman, Linda Christie, Darlene Howard, The Blessed Wife, Tommy Eaton, Kathy Bird, Angel Shepard, and Ruby Carr all asked, what does EECC stand for? And EECC stands for Emily, Ethan, Cameron, and Colby's. It's just the first initial to all my kids, our kids' names. And also got a tattoo back here.
Yep.
That says the same thing. And it just what happens, I got the tattoo and it just ended up kind of being our
moniker of our family.
Yeah, just kind of ended up being in that way, and we've just kind of rolled with it, and that's basically it.
Yep. So when you got 4 kids, and have to sign, you know, birthday cards and everything,
we just started signing
we did.
From EECC.
We did, and everybody in the family
and then
knew
we
exactly
ended
what it
up
meant.
then we ended up getting some EECC magnets for the refrigerator, and then we get some pictures made, and it just ended up being a thing. And then when she started the channel, it was just natural that we went with EECC Travels.
Yep. So that's what it is.
Yeah. Thanks for the questions, guys.
Yep. Okay, Jason, these next 3 are for you.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to ask, you're going to answer. So, Ruby Carr asked, why did Jason grow out his hair?
Why not?
It looks great.
Yeah, I just change it up. When I was younger and I met her, I was in high school. I had long hair, and I just always liked it on me. I thought it looked good on me, and she really likes it. That's the number one reason. And so I've just been letting it grow. And who knows, one day I'll get a wild hair and y'all see me and I'll have hardly any hair at all. It'll be real short. But for now, just enjoying growing it out, and that's basically it.
Yep, I like it. He keeps asking, should I cut my hair? And I say, no, it looks good. Leave it alone.
It's a pain in the butt. But I just get her to bun it up, and it's good to go.
Okay, question number 2 came from John Stone. Is Jason going to get a haircut?
Well, I guess it kind of answers that question. Probably one day, but not anytime soon.
Yeah, we're enjoying the long hair right now.
Yeah. Sorry, guys, for those of you that don't like it.
Okay, and Lee, Get That Promo, asked, you know there is only one burning question you have to answer, and that is, how does Jason maintain his majestic flowing hair?
Well, it's quite easy. I use volumizer, shampoo, and conditioner.
Yes.
No, I'm serious.
I know.
No, I just use whatever she has in there. She uses Pantene shampoo and conditioner. There's no magic secret. I don't go out of my way to find any hair products or anything of that nature. I promise you, I just use whatever she puts in there in the bathtub or in the shower, and that's what I use. So it all...
He's just lucky and has good genetics and has beautiful hair.
Yeah. It's all her fault why my hair is so majestic.
It's not my fault.
This next question is from Adam6666. What are you and Jason's job?
And Megan asked the same question.
Okay, Megan Valencia asked the same thing, and so did William Mueller. Okay, what do you do for a living? What is Jason's job and Lisa's job? And without getting into too much detail, I work in integrated logistics, and
he's very organized and manages warehouses for a large company.
Yeah, for a major corporation. I'm basically their supply chain manager. I handle all the supplies that go in and out of there.
And I have the most fun job in the world. I do insurance.
Insurance?
Yes, I actually work for a commercial insurance broker, and I love my job. I really do. I've been there I just made 16 years with my company, so I'm very happy in what I do.
I don't know how she can be so cool and work in insurance.
I know.
Like, what?
But you know, it's
kind of an oxymoron.
I know. But you know what's funny
Kidding.
is like when you're in the insurance industry and then you see like those really cheesy insurance commercials, you're like, oh God, so embarrassing.
Some of them are good.
But yeah, that's what we do. And I just became a travel agent recently, and that just stemmed from this. I don't know, a lot of y'all know that, but some of you may not, is that a few months ago, I just decided to become a travel agent, and I've done a lot of research, and I've done a lot of training, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. So I've learned a lot, and so I actually have more knowledge about traveling now than I did before.
She's lucky. She catches on real quick, and she's a whippersnapper. Very, very smart. And honest. That's one good thing. But also, I play in a band. I do gig out, do kind of go all over the state whenever we feel like it or we have time to do it. You know, it's not something that takes up a whole lot of my time, but it's there if I need it.
Yep.
So.
And yet, part 2 of William's question is he asked what were our hobbies. And so that kind of goes into it. This channel, EECC Travels, is my hobby. I make the videos, edit the videos, upload the videos, do all the social media, all that part of it. So that's my hobby.
And mine's music.
Yeah.
And
he's really good at it.
Music and drinking.
That's not a hobby. Jason can make it a hobby, I guess.
My liver says no. Music is my hobby, and I like to take the boys and go do some target practice and shooting the guns and whatnot every now and then. So. Yeah,
and that's paid off because Ethan just scored sharpshooter in Marine Corps boot camp.
Yeah.
Thanks to Dad taking him to the range for practice.
Yeah, we just got us a letter, and he said he's working on expert. So. But he's at sharpshooter status right now.
Yep. Okay, next question. This is also a multiple person question. Shannon Martin, Molly, Alyssa.
Ooh. Somebody with your name.
I'm not gonna try and pronounce your last name because I'm gonna butcher it. And Christina Carroll all asked how we met. Well, we were teenagers when we met. I was actually still in high school. Jason had just graduated. We had mutual friends, and then we just kind of started running into each other in town. Alexandria is not a very big town.
Nope. I seen her at the mall one time, and she was looking
at the
real
mall.
good. And anyway, we had some mutual friends, and I asked for her phone number, and I called her, and she didn't want nothing to do with it because she had a boyfriend at the time. And I just said, well, you know, can we just be friends? And I just continued to call her and be persistent and wait for my opportunity, and then the opportunity came, and I took it, and I've been with her ever since.
Yep. Best decision we ever made.
Go for what you want. Don't stop.
That's
Just because
right.
they say no, don't stop.
Persistence pays off.
Persistence pays off. I'm sorry about that.
And those that asked how we met also had a couple of other questions. Alyssa asked, where is the first place you guys traveled to? Our first trip was actually to Florida. We went when I graduated high school. For my senior
graduation trip. Yeah.
We went to Fort Lauderdale and we went to Orlando. And it was really a lot of fun. In Fort Lauderdale, we just went to the beach.
It was fun until I had to put an alternator on it on the side of the road.
Well, you know.
We had a lot of mechanical problems because, you know, we had starter cars.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're very happy to have those cars, but they weren't in the bestest condition. And so we had to do a lot of work to that car. But it was still so much fun.
It was.
It was a heck of an adventure.
It was. And my best friend at the time, she had family that lived down there, so we actually got to stay with her family. So that saved us some money, and then she knew, things
Allison,
to do. Yeah.
And she had a foreign exchange student.
Yeah, they came with
her.
us too. So
she went with us as well. So
we
that
had
was
quite
cool.
the adventure.
I forget where she was from.
She was from Switzerland.
Yeah, Switzerland. Mayumi.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, so that was our first trip. Me, Jason, my friend Allison, and her exchange student Mayumi, and we went to Fort Lauderdale, and we went to Orlando, and we went to SeaWorld and Disney World, and we all
had to rush through everything, but
it was a short trip, but we made the best of it. We went to a luau in SeaWorld.
That was fun.
And I still to this day have the
shells.
The shell
so it's a necklace of shells.
It's hanging on my rearview mirror, so I've had that since 1996.
And every time she
gets a new car,
she takes it off, puts it on her new car. And little pieces of the shells are
one day it's
coming off piece by piece.
I really hope I can
it's thinning out, but it's still hanging on.
Christina asked, what tips do you have to be able to travel so much? Do you have a set travel budget? We don't have a set travel budget. We basically we travel on anything that comes outside of our income. So our income pays our bills, and then when we get anything extra,
income taxes.
Yeah, income taxes. I usually get a bonus from work. Everything we get
any extra money we get from band or side jobs or anything like that, we all just kind of save it up.
Yep. And we gift travel as well. So like for my birthday, Jason says, what do you want? I said, we're going to Orlando. That's my birthday present.
Those are our presents to each other all the time.
Travel is our gift. And for our kids too, you know, like where do you want to go for your birthday?
Yep.
Not what do you want for your birthday. So we do that too. So that's how we budget our travel.
I'd be okay with a 6-pack and a box of cigars, but we got to go to Florida.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's all cool. It's all good. Okay, this next question is from, well, we have two that's got the same question, from Carl Rhoda and Kerrigan Robinson. What would be your dream vacation?
I know what he's going to say.
I want to go to Hawaii.
Yeah, he wants to go to Hawaii.
You know, when I was younger, my dad was a corporate guy, and they would go to Hawaii all the time, and I remember just seeing the pictures, and it just blew my mind. And still to this day, I want to go. I want to go there and see all the islands and spend lots of time there. I know it's expensive, but it's like, it's got everything there. It's got the volcanoes, it's got the mountains, it's got the jungle, it's got the beaches, it's got all of it together, and that's definitely my dream vacation.
Yeah, and we are going to get there one day. We just don't know when.
Yeah.
My first trip, dream vacation, would be to Europe. I want to start in like the UK, go to England, go to Scotland, go to Ireland. I know that's not part of the UK, but I want to go to Ireland, go to Italy, France. So Europe is big.
Can't beat that.
I'm a history nut. I love the history and the culture of Europe. So yeah, one day.
Yeah, and I love the mountainous terrain there, and the landscape is beautiful there.
Okay, Jody asked, what was your biggest travel nightmare? And I will answer that one.
Ooh, I know that one.
The first time we ever flew with the kids. They had never flown before. I had flown, Jason had flown, kids had never flown. We were going to Disney World. And so we go to our airport here in Alexandria, and we get on the plane, and the plane doesn't take off. And we're like, what's going on? Why won't the plane take off? They couldn't get the gas cap off or something like that to get the plane refueled. It took an hour
to do that.
We missed our connection in Atlanta. And you know, when you plan a trip like this, you're like, you've got to stay on schedule. You've got to get where you need to get. And so we missed our flight. And they first told us it would be the next day before we could get on a flight. Mama had a breakdown. Mama started crying.
Daddy kept everybody cool.
Yeah, I just wanted to get my kids to Disney World. We hadn't been in a long time. And, you know, first flight experience for the kids. And here they are missing a plane. Luckily, Delta was great.
Put us on standby. We got lucky. We had 5 seats standby that came in the next flight.
Yeah.
We were able to jump on it, and we only were delayed probably about 5 hours or so.
Yeah. So we got to our resort around 11 o'clock that night. Disney was great. They actually put us in a bus, took us because we were staying at the cabins at Fort Wilderness at Disney, drove us to our cabin, you know, helped us unload our bags so we could get in, get to bed, and then get up and hit the parks the next morning. So that was
Very
bad for
very
me.
intense.
It worked out, but that was a nightmare.
Yeah. All right, next question is from Violet Eyes. Ooh, cool name.
I like your name.
Where did your love of travel come from? And your funniest travel memory or scariest?
Okay, well, we just covered scariest travel moment. Love of travel. I have always loved to travel ever since I was a kid. We took a few road trips when I was little, and I remember them vividly. I remember, you know, getting in the Winnebago and going. You know, we went to Nashville in the Winnebago, or we went to Disney when I was a kid, and piling me and my sister and my cousin all in the back, and it was a lot of fun. And those memories stuck with me. And so when me and Jason got married and we had kids, as soon as they were old enough, we wanted to start traveling with the kids and building those kind of memories. So it's just always been there.
Yeah, and that's pretty much the same thing with me. I can't remember exactly the reason I loved to travel, but I just remember that the first couple of times that we had the opportunity to really travel as a family, that it really was a bonding experience for all of us. That, you know, when you're at home, the kids are in their rooms doing their things or playing with their toys and with each other, and parents are in here where everybody's doing their own separate things. But when you're on vacation, we all kind of come together and spend a lot of quality time together, and that kind of hooked me in.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's basically it for me.
Funniest travel moment.
Funniest travel moment.
Oh, I have another scary travel moment.
Oh.
Ethan at Typhoon Lagoon.
Oh, yeah.
I'll let you tell this story.
Well, Ethan was, how old was he?
7.
7. He was a little tyke, and we were at Typhoon Lagoon, and we walk in, I'm holding his hand, we walk into the wave pool, and that big old wave, and we were just, you know, knee deep. But neither me or him knew the impact of this thing. So we're sitting there, and this wave, it's coming, but I don't think nothing of it. We've been to many, many parks before, water parks, and the wave pool wasn't that bad. But when this thing hit, it knocked us backwards. It knocked me down. It knocked him down because we weren't braced for it. And it's real rough, the bottom of that floor, and it scraped his back like
it
raw.
Tore his back up, poor baby.
And luckily, at least I had the first aid kit, so we whip out the first aid kit, doctor it all up, but it still put a damper on our day. You know, I was bummed out. She was bummed out because, you know, he couldn't lay down on his back and go down the slides. You know, so that was pretty scary.
So many funny things have happened over the years. It's hard to pinpoint one specific. I will say Ethan and Cameron in Cozumel was hilarious.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll go with that.
That was funny. They just let loose and started singing and dancing and flirting with girls. And
also a scary one was when we were in Cozumel and the Jeep broke down.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, we were at Point de Sur and in Cozumel, and we had rented a Jeep, and we kind of toured the island, and it was just, we didn't have a guide with us. It was just me driving the Jeep. Luckily, I was raised on a standard transmission. Anyway, we were at Point de Sur. It's closing in at the end of the day. We're getting ready to leave, and we are miles. We're on the other end of the island.
Yes.
And the dang thing would not start. So luckily, I got a bunch of people that worked at the resort that we were hanging out in. They all came and pushed me, and we jump-started it, and we were able to get back in. But that was scary because we were closing in on time to get back on that ship.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, needless to say, we won't be ever renting a Jeep.
Yeah. And that was a private excursion. That wasn't a Carnival excursion.
No, that was just us renting.
We knew that if we didn't get back on time, they were going to leave us.
Yeah.
So that was scary.
That was scary. I forgot about that. Okay, next, this is another multi-person question. Many of you asked how Ethan is doing at boot camp, an update for Ethan at boot camp. So Terry Hussein, Bobby Lynn Crawford, Heather Cronkite, and Yanni Martinez all asked about Ethan. And first of all, thank you for asking about Ethan. We really do appreciate that.
Definitely. Thank you.
We've gotten about a letter a week from him giving us updates. He's doing very well. He is a squad leader in his platoon. He's earned sharpshooter in the shooting portion of
which they just earned last week. He knocked his opponent's mouthpiece out during the pugil stick competition.
Yeah, that's a big accomplishment.
And it was funny because the drill instructor said if you knock a mouthpiece off or a helmet off of your opponent, then you get either call home or you get a cheeseburger. Well, we never got our call home, but he wrote later and said that he took the cheeseburger.
Yeah.
So anyway.
And I think only 2 kids and I say kids, 2 guys, 2 men in the entire company had that accomplishment, so that's pretty darn good.
We're not for sure, but that's all we can find out so far.
Yeah. He says he has some of the best knowledge of Marine Corps of any of the other recruits there because he did do 4 years of ROTC.
Yeah, he started in 9th grade and went all through high school, and so he's been taught a lot of the history throughout those years. You know, he's kind of been raised up into it.
Yeah, so he had a great advantage going in.
He definitely did.
He earned his belt in Marine Corps martial arts. So he's done a lot.
Yeah, he's saying it's tough and he's tired and he's aching, but he knows it's important. It's important to him, and so he's getting stronger and harder mentally, is what he says.
Yeah.
So, and physically. So it's really cool. We're very, very, very proud.
Oh man, we get so excited.
We can't wait to see him though. We're missing.
Yeah, we're coming up. So he's got the Crucible coming up very soon. Once he completes the Crucible, he is a Marine. And then we will go to his graduation. Family Day is September 6th and graduation is September 7th.
In South Carolina, Paris Island.
So we are counting down those days.
Yeah.
Yay. Hey, another part of a question. Bobby Lynn Crawford also asked, what camera do you use and what part of Louisiana are you from? We're from Alexandria, so right smack in the middle of Louisiana.
They call it Central Louisiana, literally.
Right in the middle. We use 3 cameras. Our main camera is a Canon G7X Mark II.
We're filming on now.
Yes. We use it because it's got a very clear, crisp image. It also has internal stabilization and it does really well in low light. So whenever we're filming at night, or if we're on a ride, a dark ride, we can get much better images with this camera.
This camera, if you're looking through the display, it looks lighter on the camera than it is in person in low light. Yeah,
I've actually mentioned that a couple of times in videos. I'm looking through the camera and it's brighter through the camera than it is in person, so that's really
And then we just have a regular GoPro Hero 1.
The very basic.
That we use for, underwater and action shots, zip lining, things of that nature.
Yeah. And we have a Sony Handycam as well. That's the camera we started out with, but we still take it with us on some trips. And sometimes depending, if we're going to the beach, we will take the Sony into port instead of this camera because the Sony was a lot less expensive, and if something were to happen to it, I wouldn't be so devastated as to lose this one. So those are the 3 cameras we have.
Yeah. This next question is from Jack Straw. What made you decide to become a travel vlogger, and what advice would you give to someone who is starting out? EECC has inspired my wife and I to video document our upcoming cruise, so any advice or suggestions would greatly be appreciated. Okay. Thanks for the question, Jack.
That's awesome. And the second part of that is Molly also asked, what are your tips for YouTube beginners? I would say what made us get started is we just started watching YouTube a lot. And so we were watching other travel vlogs and we're like, this is really cool. People are documenting their trips and other people are getting to learn from their trips and their experiences. And we thought, well, we can do that. So, and actually it was the boys' idea because the kids, live and breathe YouTube.
And so they understood the trend and all that. And they just said, hey, why don't we do it? And we said, hey, why not?
And we never looked back.
Yeah.
Tips I have is be yourself. Don't put on a different persona for the camera. Just be who you are. Get comfortable talking to the camera. At first it can be awkward talking to a camera, but get comfortable with it and record a lot because you can always edit things out, but if you didn't catch it, you're not going to get it back. So I just say let the camera run.
Yeah, feel free
memories.
To video a lot, like she said. If you screw up, don't worry about it. it's not like it's live. You can go back and edit it out. So the more you can film, you may have to edit more, but you'll get the footage that you want.
Yep. Okay, Jessica Dingman asked, do you have a top 3 list of family vacations that you have taken that are not cruise or Disney related? I don't know if I have 3, but I can think of 2 for sure. Going to Lake of the Ozarks, Missouri. That's where Jason grew up, and taking the kids there was a really amazing trip.
Yeah, we really just hung out with some of my childhood buddies, and their parents which were like second parents to me. They had a nice home on the lake of the Ozarks with the dock, and so we just sat and we fished, and we went out in the boat, and it was around 4th of July, and popped firecrackers and picnicked and fished, and the boys caught lots of fish.
So many fish.
And it was just a good, relaxing time.
Yeah, definitely in the top list. And the other thing that we just have enjoyed doing over the years is going to New Orleans. I won't say it's a vacation per chance because we just go for a weekend, but we do it often and we really enjoy it. New Orleans is such a fun city.
You discover something new every time you go. It's so charming, and there's a lot of history there, and it's just a good, fun place to go. We enjoy it, and it's what people don't realize is it's so much to do with kids. There's lots and lots, as you guys seen on our videos. There's tons to do with children, and there's tons to do for adults. So it's it's a little bit of everything for everybody.
Yeah, so kind of the best of both worlds. It's not all Bourbon Street, so there's lots you can do with your kids. But if you are an adult and want to go hang out in Bourbon Street, that's a lot of fun too. We've done that.
Yeah, like when we went to Minnesota.
I forgot about Minnesota.
Minnesota was just, Minnehaha Falls was just amazing. We're used to being in a warm, humid climate, and that was a nice change to be up north and in that cool
we
weather.
Went in May, and it was actually snowing in May, and I was like, oh my god, because we left Louisiana and it was so hot, and Jason had shorts on, and we get up to Minnesota and it's cold. Luckily we did pack jackets.
We stayed in a charming little old river town called Stillwater, and there was just lots of neat little pubs and restaurants there right on the river, and it was really old. It was a really old town, but just charming, and we toured all around there, and it was just really, really cool. I enjoyed that very much. That
was a lot of fun, and that was actually a work trip for me, so Jason came along. The kids were in school, so they didn't, but we are definitely going to take the kids back there. Oh my gosh.
Who would have thought?
Minnesota. The rides in Mall of America were
we went to the Mall of America, and that's got everything you want in it.
I know.
Including a theme park.
Theme park junkie. We love that.
And it's really cool. There's a lot of rides in there, too. Lots of food.
Oh, man.
Got a Johnny Rockets in there.
Oh, so much food.
Hooters, Dick's.
That's funny, too, because Hooters and Dick's are right across from each
right
other.
Across from
and
each
they're
other.
competitors.
Okay, this next question is from Lisa Reed. What are your next vacations?
Well, we are going to Universal Orlando.
On our way to pick Ethan up from graduation.
Yeah, so we're Labor Day week. We're heading down there. Me, Jason, Cameron, and Colby. We're gonna go spend 3 days at Universal Orlando. We're excited because we haven't been to Orlando. Haven't been to Universal in a while, and so this will be our first time at Volcano Bay. And then we're gonna go to Parris Island, South Carolina for Ethan's graduation. Yay! It's the first time in South Carolina, so that'll be new for us. And then we've got the Norwegian breakaway in November. So.
Good stuff.
Excited. Okay, MLB Travel asked, how much time do you spend each week on EECC Travels between editing the website and all social media? How do you balance that and being a travel agent and a full-time job? Do you set a schedule that you stick to every day to get it done? I probably spend an hour or 2 a day on EECC Travels. I work from 8:30 to 5. Usually when I come home at lunch, I'm checking on something or doing something, or like today I did a couple of travel agent things on my lunch break. So probably about an hour to 2 hours a day on it, but it's fun. It's a hobby, so I enjoy doing it. And yes, I do set a schedule.
Okay, this next question is from Tanya Hensley. Greetings from Knoxville. Hey, from Alexandria. I was wondering if y'all have ever been to Dollywood. it's my favorite theme park. No, we haven't. Know about it, heard about it, seen videos
Looks
about it.
Looks like a fun place.
Looks like a great place to go. I've just never been. We've never been to Tennessee.
Right, we haven't. I went to Nashville when I was a kid, and that was back when Opryland was still around.
I personally have never even been, but you know, we would definitely consider going.
Hey, we're all about theme parks. One day we might make it there.
Yeah, well, you know, I like the mountains, and
that's right.
She likes the theme parks, and I do too. So maybe maybe something we'll do in the future.
Yep. Last question from Valia. Nice Disney mug collection, and we especially like that Hollywood Studios mug, Valia. Thank you for that. Question, any plans to visit further afield than USA or the Caribbean? Yes, as we mentioned in our dream trips, we will go to Hawaii. I know that's part of the USA, but still it's far away, and we will go to Europe. We just don't know when. It'll probably be after the kids have graduated.
And when we have enough money.
And when we have enough money, because those are both very expensive trips, but absolutely we do want to branch out and do more.
You know what they say, that if you wait until you're ready to have kids, you'll be waiting forever. Same thing with vacations. If you wait till you can afford them, you'll never go. So it's kind of, we try to balance that.
Yeah, so one day we're just going to pick a date and we're going to make it happen, and it's going to be great, and we're going to have some fun adventures.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks everybody once again for all the questions. We really appreciate the engagement. It means a lot to us.
Yeah, absolutely. We've had a lot of fun answering these questions.
Absolutely. Thanks again, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Happy travels.